Hello everyone. Today we're going to be cooking tomahawks. So let me cut this out of our vacuum sealed wrapping. This meat is from Colorado Frontier Beef. This is their famous Wagyu tomahawk. Look at that marbling. We're going to use some tallow to put it on, so it's not just olive oil. We like to use tallow. It's another byproduct we saw at Colorado Frontier Beef. So we're going to put this on heavy so that we can season it heavy. That's what I read about tomahawks. You want to get everything seasoned very heavy in the beginning. So we're going to put our tallow on there. And then we're going to use this seasoning called Yellowstone Skillet Butter and Herb. If you want a link for it, just comment seasoning and we'll put it in for you, or DM us and we'll send that over to you. But we're going to put this on nice and heavy and make sure to pat it in and make sure we're going to get both sides. So meanwhile, while we're doing this, we have the grill getting warmed up outside. Now you can do this in an oven or the grill, but we're going to go ahead and do a reverse sear on this thing, which is perfect for cuts that are a little bit thicker, 2.5, 3 inches or more. Reverse sear, we're going to cook it kind of on low, somewhere around 250, maybe 275 heat for a while, probably an hour, maybe an hour and a half. You want to do it until the internal temp gets to about 115, and then you'll be good for the next steps. But while that's cooking, make sure all the seasoning is on thick, just like seen here. And look at that marbling. So that marbling, what you're looking for there, as opposed to what you see in the store, is going to be a nice spacing out between the marbling. Lots of thin little lines everywhere. Uh, all right, our grill is already set at this point to 250 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and put this on a cast iron pan that we can also put in the oven and do this. But I just wanted to use our awesome grill for this particular piece. Um, I like to check around the whole piece, try to get as close as we can to that 115. It's a little difficult to get up to the bone when it's on that skillet, so I took it off the skillet and trying to get a more even temp throughout. At this point, we are gonna crank up the heat to about 550 degrees, so we can get a nice sear crust on each side of that. On the bottom of the screen, you see some cowboy butter. I love to put some cowboy butter on the steaks. If you don't know what cowboy butter is, just message us in the comments, cowboy butter, and we will send you a recipe for it. Otherwise, that's what I'm putting here on the steak. I like to rub it in all around. Put it on one side, let it cook, then put it on the other side, let it cook, just so the melts and drips into the meat. I like to cook for a medium rare, so you're gonna do about 1.5, minute 30 to 2 minutes on each side. If you like a little bit less rare, more of a medium fit, you might be looking at 2 minutes on each side. And depending on your grill, you may have to do this twice. With this thick cut of meat, I ended up doing it twice. So minute 30 flip, minute 30 flip, minute 30 flip, minute 30 flip. And it came out beautifully. Okay, now that this is all cooked up the way that we want it, I'm going to use this awesome Viking meat cleaver that I got. It's super sharp, so it was real easy to cut this through and get a good look at it. And it's hard to tell from the camera angle, but this looked nice and medium rare on the inside. It was almost a little blue on the first couple of cuts, so I took it back and I made sure I did my extra flip that I talked about earlier. So flipping 4 times turned out perfectly for this. I went ahead and cut a bunch of pieces on here so you can kind of see where it was. If I was to do this again, I would get a little closer to the bone. I'd lay it flatter a little bit sooner instead of being in the other pan, just because the meat next to the bone was a little blue, but the rest of it was so delicious. Also, that seasoning that we put on, that Yellowstone seasoning, was a huge hit. Definitely would use that again. And just a reminder, I'll put that in the link, or if you just comment seasoning, I will send that over to you. But this turned out awesome. If you like that meat cleaver, just put in cleaver in the comments and we'll send you a promo code and link for that as well. All right, now if seeing is believing, then Colorado Frontier Premium Beef has you covered on wonderful, marbled, rich, juicy American Wagyu beef. Doesn't get much better than this.